the perfections are allowed. The power to choose is allowed. We this day would say to you, allow yourself to be fully in your human form. And by allowing yourself to fully be human, within your human will blossom all of the facets of you in essence. Imagine that you have chosen to come into an incarnated form, to use that form like a tool. But for the form, the tool, to be well used, you must fully inhabit it. It is our sense, as we have studied the humans, that there is pieces, different in every human, but always there are pieces that are not allowed, that are not recognized, that are not present. As if parts of the essence are better, more acceptable than other parts. And so this day we are suggesting to you that the evolution of your civilization is truly dependent upon allowing the wholeness of you to come into your form of human and to be demonstrated in her essence, in his essence. The human, as we have observed them, are often directed by their mind, decisive, practical. We do not make it wrong, but the mind does not know of the whole essence. The mind knows of the history, and perhaps, if you will allow it, even remembers the beginning of the history in the womb and the moments of conception. But beyond conception, the mind does not conceive. And so your mind cannot decide to bring essence into form because it does not know essence. We are suggesting that essence does not need to be known, it needs to be allowed. It does not need to be understood, it needs to be experienced. And this is different from experiencing your humanity. This is experiencing who you are and what you are capable of beyond your own understanding. And so though we have spoken before of acceptance and uniqueness, we speak this day of the step before that. We do ask for a decision to allow that which you are not expecting, that which you do not know, that which you have not met before. Allowance of whole essence to come into form. We remind you, such a decision was not able to be made prior to this time in your world. For the densities could not allow the awareness. But we remind you now, the densities are less. Awareness increases of its own accord. It is like your eyes opening at birth. You do not choose to open your eyes open, and then they begin to clear, and then they begin to see, and as they see they change color, and your human vision is complete. The completion of you in form is now taking place, and the energy, just as the eyes opened at birth, the energies are growing less dense. you see, they are being allowed to grow less dense. More lighter, expansive energies are being allowed in your space. Differing degrees in differing places, we will agree, but nevertheless the energy lightens, brightens, and expands. And as it does, awareness of what that energy is capable of begins. But for the awareness to reach you in form, there needs to be allowance. Allowance is different from acceptance. Allowance is much more active, requires bravery, requires choice, and then requires stepping back and hands off. For that is how we are using the word allowance. No direction, no magic wand, no specified choice. Allowance of the essence that is burning flames of light in your core, allowing that to consume you, to become you. We could direct an exercise, but we deliberately choose not to, because we are not engaging your mind. We are not asking you to direct allowance. We're asking you to imagine that there is a part of yourself that has not yet been allowed to live, allowed to be part of your experience. And so, we suggest this is the active step that empowers acceptance. For as you allow the essence to blossom, the embers to come to flame and burn within you, there is less and less mindful choice to be made about acceptance. For you do not accept the color of your eyes, you see the color of your eyes. You do not accept that you have arms and legs, you realize you have arms and legs. And so this day we ask you to realize the essence at your core, so much more than you think you are. How? Permission, allowance, welcoming, allowance, allowing. If there is an action, it is to find your bravery, to allow your bravery to emerge from the depths of you and give you the strength to use the word, yes, I allow. This then leads you into belief. And we are not speaking of dogma beliefs or philosophical ideas. We speak now of the belief in the self and the power in the essence of the self. Not belief in your personality, not belief in that which you have given a name and called human, but belief in the essence that fuels all of that and more. In the human history, beliefs have taken on dogma. They have created religious ideas. They have created philosophies in an effort to be categorized, like someone trying to catch the steam from a kettle in a cup. Belief is not named, belief is felt. Belief is not written, belief is felt. It is an emotion that creates the feeling of solidness, safety, certainty. And so we ask you to pluck from your philosophies and dogma beliefs the power to believe, and instill it within yourself to believe in your essence, without knowing the definitions, the measurements, the full extent of your essence. Believe in your essence. And in so believing, your bravery is ignited, allowance is begun, acceptance will follow. Shansaru, tamneshi, kamya shanso. The strength of your people, humans, is remarkable. The miraculousness of your physical body, the miraculousness of your mind. But as we perceive the relationship in your form of human being, it has somehow compromised itself. The mind limits the miraculous, wrong word. The mind limits the miracles the physicality is capable of. The physicality seems to limit the miracles the mind is capable of. And both have found their way to an acceptance of limitation. They call it belief. We call it limitation. Belief is a feeling that enables ideas to be believed in. Our mental creations, definitions, categorizations, to make sense of that which is intangible. We use again the same sentence, capturing steam in a coffee cup. What you are trying to capture in your language, in your definitions, and in your dogma is your essence. What you are trying to draw out of yourself with your belief is your essence. Your creator, essence within. And so outside of you, you label your God, your creator, your goddess, with the dogmatic definitions. But still you do not know your God, and still you do not know your essence. You know words that would limit and somehow try to describe. And so, we are privileged this day because of the expanding awareness and the less density in your space. We are privileged now to suggest to you awareness, allowance of your essence. And note, we are with deliberateness not defining your essence, but asking it to be experienced. We are suggesting that whenever you wish to experience something in your form, do so with your breath. Your breath brings life to your body. Your breath will bring life to your understanding, to your experience. Breathe and know your essence. We leave this for you to enact in your private time with yourself. Follow your breath to your body. Then follow your breath to your heart.